Stop calling it a streaming box. Seriously, stop right now. If you think the device Apple is preparing to launch in 2026 is just another way to watch Netflix or scroll through YouTube, you're looking at the completely wrong picture. You're missing the revolution that is happening right under our noses. Apple isn't building a competitor to the Roku or the Fire Stick anymore. Those wars are over. They were fought 5 years ago, and frankly, they're boring. What's happening inside the secret labs at Cupertino right now is something much scarier for companies like Sony and Microsoft. The 2026 Apple TV isn't a TV box. It is a stealth console disguised as a simple black puck, and it is about to change the entire hierarchy of your living room. Today, we're going to tear down the streaming label once and for all. We're going to reveal what this device actually is. It is a Mac Mini for your television, a dedicated AI server for your home, and the final nail in the coffin for the traditional game console. To understand why this specific device is going to go viral the moment it launches, and why it honestly terrifies the competition, you have to look at what we call the Trojan Horse strategy. For years, people have been confused. They looked at the iPad and asked, why does this tablet need an M4 chip? They looked at the iPhone 15 Pro and asked, why does a phone need ray tracing? It felt like overkill. It felt like a waste of money to put that much raw power into a mobile device. But here is the secret. It wasn't overkill. It was a rehearsal. Apple has been quietly training developers for years to build console-quality games for their unique architecture. They have been building a library of massive titles behind the scenes. We're talking about heavy hitters like Resident Evil, Death Stranding, and Assassin's Creed. Now, in 2026, they're going to release the hardware that finally unleashes that library on the big screen. The rumors are pointing to something massive under the hood. The new Apple TV is expected to ship with a variant of the A19 or even a binned M-series chip. This is not mobile power anymore. This is legitimate laptop power sitting under your TV. This gives it the ability to play modern games at 60 frames per second without overheating and without lagging. Think about the math for a second. A PlayStation 5 costs nearly $500. It is huge. It is loud. It consumes a massive amount of electricity. The 2026 Apple TV will likely cost less than half of that. It will be silent. It will be tiny. And it will play the exact same games that casual gamers actually care about. Apple isn't trying to steal the hardcore gamer who plays 12 hours a day and counts every pixel. They don't need that guy. They're stealing the other 90% of the population. They're coming for the dad who has 20 minutes to play after work. They're coming for the teenager who just wants to play NBA 2K with their friends. This strategy creates a bridge that no other company on earth can build. Imagine this scenario. You start playing a game on your iPhone while you're on the bus ride home. You walk through your front door, your controller automatically connects to the TV, and you resume the exact same game instantly on the big screen. There are no loading times. There are no massive updates to download. It is just seamless continuity. This is the ecosystem lock-in that Sony cannot compete with because Sony doesn't make your smartphone. But if you think gaming is the main selling point, you are wrong. Gaming is only half the story. The real viral feature, the one that will be all over TikTok and Twitter, is the AI upscaling revolution. We keep hearing about 8K video. Manufacturers are pushing 8K TVs, but let's be real, nobody has native 8K content. Streaming 8K requires internet speeds that most people simply don't have. So why is Apple pushing 8K support in the leaks? It is not for streaming. It is for the neural engine. The new chip is designed to take 1080p content or 4K content and use artificial intelligence to upscale it in real time. It sharpens the edges. It fixes the lighting. It removes the noise. It effectively remasters your old movies on the fly. You could be watching a grainy sitcom from the 1990s, and this box will make it look like it was shot yesterday. This is the magic that Apple sells better than anyone else. You don't buy the specs, you buy the experience of your old TV suddenly looking brand new. Then there is the con. Step to the home brain. This is the part that genuinely scares Amazon and Google. Right now, smart homes are totally pretty dumb. You ask Alexa to turn on the lights, and she waits 3 seconds. She pings a server in a different country, processes the command, sends it back, and then maybe turns on the light. It is slow, it is clunky, and quite frankly, it is creepy. The 2026 Apple TV changes the architecture completely. It becomes the local server for your house. All the processing happens right there in your living room. The voice recognition, the automation routines, the security camera analysis, it all stays on the box. This means it works instantly even if your internet goes down. It means your privacy stays in your house. Apple is betting big that people will pay a premium for a smart home that doesn't spy on them. This device becomes the hub that connects to your watch, your phone, and your tablet. But there's one more connection that people aren't talking about enough. It has to carry the computing power for your face. The 2026 Apple TV is rumored to act as a wireless base station for future Apple headsets. Everyone knows the Vision Pro is heavy and expensive, but imagine a cheaper, lighter headset that doesn't need a heavy battery or a hot processor built into the frame. Why? Because it is beaming the data directly from the Apple TV across the room using the new Wi-Fi 7 chip. The Apple TV becomes the engine and the headset just becomes the display. This unlocks the metaverse for the average person. It is a long-term play, but buying this box in 2026 is your ticket into that future. We also have to talk about the physical design. Apple hasn't changed the black puck design in years, but leaks suggest a thermal redesign is finally coming. To handle this new level of power, the 2026 model might be slightly taller. It will likely feature a quiet, high-efficiency cooling system, almost like a miniature Mac Studio. There are even whispers that it might feature a display on the front, a small glass matrix showing the time, the song playing, or Siri animations. This turns the box from a hidden piece of plastic into a piece of premium furniture. It becomes something you want to display, not hide behind the TV. And with the rumored addition of Thunderbolt ports, it opens the door for hardcore users to attach high-speed storage, effectively turning this into a home media server. So why the wait? Why didn't they release this in 2025? Because the software wasn't ready. The best hardware in the world is useless without the OS to run it. Apple is reportedly working on tvOS 20, a massive overhaul that blurs the line between a computer operating system and a TV interface. They are adding proper multitasking. They are adding window management. They are adding support for webcams and Zoom calls that actually track your face throughout the room. If they had launched the hardware with the old software, it would have flopped. They needed the software to catch up to the ambition of the chip. They're building a platform, not just a product. Here is the bottom line. The current smart TV market is a mess. It is full of laggy interfaces and advertisements. The current console market is expensive and fragmented. The 2026 Apple TV attacks both of these problems at once. It creates a one box to rule them all scenario. It is a media center. It is a gaming console. It is a smart home server. It is a privacy shield. If you go out and buy a competitor's device today, you're buying a flip phone in the age of the iPhone. You are buying a device with a singular purpose in a world that demands multitasking. Do not let the silence fool you. The lack of news isn't a lack of progress. It is the calm before the storm. When this device drops, it is going to sell out instantly. The scalpers are going to have a field day. The hype train is going to be unstoppable. You have been warned. The revolution is sitting in a lab in California, and it is waiting for 2026. If you want to be part of the inner circle that gets the news before the rest of the world, you know what to do. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon.